Hello everybody, Crimsonbuddhist here. So I'm bringing you a gameplay of TDM on Lockdown. I think I do decent. Not the best, but I do okay. I'm using the UMP with the hybrid sight, which is not very common because the hybrid sight is shit, looks bad, and it takes forever to switch between an ACOG and the holographic sight. But I went ahead and used it because I thought that you would get a title or an emblem if you did all the challenges, but it turns out you don't. So I stopped doing that. But anyway, guess what? This is not about the gameplay. This commentary, it's not about the gameplay at all. Crazy. But as the title may have given away, it is about a new series, relatively new series, called The Walking Dead. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, give an overall rating, so if you guys just want to watch that part and get right into watching the series, you can go right ahead. But I'm pretty sure that, you know, the overall rating won't tell you very much because I've never given a review. So, yeah, anyway. So, it's on the network AMC TV. The new episodes are airing at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sundays. It's in an hour time slot, as most series are nowadays. It's currently in its third season. The first season I know for a fact is out on DVD. That's how I watched it. I'm not sure about Netflix or Hulu Plus, but I'm pretty sure you could find it on either of those. So, yeah, and the overall rating I would give it would be probably 4, maybe 4.5. No, probably 4 stars out of 5. Okay, so why would I give it that rating? Why am I talking like this? Anyway, so I'm not going to give out any spoilers in this commentary, so don't worry about that. Maybe stuff that, you'll see in the first episode, but that's about it. So, this series is actually not scary necessarily. If you're scared of a zombies apocalypse, then it's scary. But if you watch recently made films and how they try to scare you is they have something jump out at you that you weren't expecting. Something, demented looking. Maybe like a zombie. But in this series they don't do that. They don't just have a bunch of zombies pop out and kill somebody, or pop out in your face and then, the main character kills them or something. They don't actually do that. I can only think of one instance where that happens in the entire first season. So they don't try to get cheap scares out of you. Which is always good in my book. They're trying to go for the scary effect. They're not going for, a startling moment. So, this series is actually reminiscent of another series that you guys have probably watched, and if you haven't, you should definitely check into it. It is called Band of Brothers. The reason I compare it to Band of Brothers is because it's really about the mental game. That's what the whole series is about. The mental game of the situation they're in this case a zombie apocalypse, where at any moment a zombie could come up behind you and eat you, your friends could get eaten, you have to go through trials and tribulations with the people around you in order to get things done. You have to go out and gather whatever you need to get from a major city or wherever. So it really is showing these people going through hardships of losing friends and family, of thinking about friends and family they've already lost, and trying to, discover a safe place. And it really is all different kinds of characters. You have the redneck, let me think of what other characters there are. You have the, somewhat of a damsel in distress. You have the old guy that's just this jolly fellow that reminds me of Santa Claus a little bit. It's really all kinds of characters coming together to somewhat work together towards a common goal, but they do get into arguments all the time. So, like I somewhat mentioned before, it's really about people following their intuitions, hopes, and dreams, and being resourceful and careful. So, they remember hearing about something like a safe place that, near the beginning of the apocalypse, where they could go to get help, to get food, to get water, that's a safe place. And they want to go there and, be safe. But I mean, you have to decide if that place really exists or if it's wiped out as well. You don't know if anybody else in the world is still alive. You really don't know anything. So I don't know. It's really a heartwarming, I guess. Not really heartwarming. It's really a, I don't know, sort of a unique kind of situation. So I mean, since you're being resourceful and careful, thinking about, should I even go out to some place and get supplies, or should I stay where I'm at, where maybe it's somewhat safe. You aren't gonna see a bunch of, you know, shooting a bunch of zombies and going through a place and having a good time. It's really more about conserving your ammo, making only necessary trips, etc. So I was watching this movie with a good friend of mine, and she and I would constantly guess about what's going to happen. Like, oh, that person went off screen, I bet they're going to be attacked by a zombie. But that actually didn't happen. At least not that often. I'm not going to say if it happened every time, but I'm saying that it doesn't happen every time. But it might happen once. I'm not going to tell you, but I mean, if a character dies, it really means something. It really is about character development. If that person dies, it changes the whole spectrum, the whole outcome of this season, or of this series. I don't know. It definitely gets you involved and makes you want to keep watching. I know the gameplay is almost over, but I am also almost done talking, so you'll get to see my little outro picture for just a little bit. Anyway, so I also like how the series gets right into the action. The first season isn't wasted like trying to figure out what a zombie is. They really tell you almost immediately, and everybody figures it out pretty quickly. So, let's see what else. The last two things I want to talk about is, one, there are a few inconsistencies, but there are inconsistencies with every movie, so, I mean, or every series. So it's not enough to make you mad, but, I mean, they do exist. And the last thing is that these zombies are pretty close to the traditional model, which is the Zombie Survival Guide model, a book written by Max Brooks. And, I mean, they pretty closely follow that. It's not so estranged like the movie The Crazies or the most recent Resident Evil game. Like, it's pretty close to the traditional zombie. And that's about it. I was trying to cut this video down as short as I could so that you guys aren't extremely bored by the end. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to make another video or more reviews.